Okay, the first questions, where does the obligations to maintain the physical body comes from? So this is completely regarding Noble Eightfold Path. In Noble Eightfold Path, we know we can categorize into three groups: Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Sila means morality, concentration, and wisdom. So, to develop our Sila, morality, of course, we have to tame our word and actions. Tame word and actions means there are some activities which is destroy our purity of all these faculties, bases, involving killing, stealing, and involved with sexual misconduct or sensual misconduct, lying, using drugs and alcohol. All these are we considered as evil deeds. All these are happening regarding our body. So then, without developing our morality, it is not easy to establish your mindfulness. Sila which is very supportive for your mindfulness. So therefore, we have to abstain from killing, abstain from stealing, abstaining from sexual misconduct or sensual misconduct, abstaining from lie, abstaining from using drugs and alcohol. These are one basic guidelines that we can think about our obligations to take care of our body. Abstaining from killing, for example. How you can abstain from killing? If you don't have attachment to your body, is there any way that you can develop your thoughts not to kill anybody? For example, I like my body. I like the way I'm living, this freedom. I need this freedom. So then, see in your mind, you can see your nature of your mind. I like this body. If someone disturbing you, you don't like it. If someone disturbing, you don't like it. If someone trying to kill you, you don't like it. So then now we have to apply this reality into the universal law. If you don't like if someone hurting you, if someone disturbing you, if someone try to kill you, so then turn into other side. If you are involved in that, how others like it? There's no way. Same as me. The Buddha said, Attanam Gumankata, take you as an example. What you don't like, others don't like too. You don't like if someone disturbing you, if someone try to kill you, you don't like. Same as others. They don't like. And here, there's a universal law. The Buddha said, Yadisang vapate bijam tadisang harate pala. What you are sowing, that's the thing that you can reap. Very famous one is there by Isaac Newton in his third theory. Every action has a reaction. But the Buddha said, not every action has a reaction. The Buddha said, every volitional action has a reaction. Every volitional action has a reaction. Because Newton's theory using physical form, he is talking about materialistic movements and changes. But Buddha did not talk about this materialistic one. The Buddha said every volitional action has a reaction. So then, if you if you are disturbing someone else, so then you have to pay for it. Therefore, using this universal nature, the reality, of course, you are abstaining from killing. You don't like if someone tries to kill you, so they're respecting that natural thoughts. So you are taking care of your body not to disturb someone, not to hurt someone, not to kill someone. This is one way that you are developing your purity of your mind and action. This is particularly regarding your actions. This is one way. So then, living according to these 5 precepts, you have taken care in your body. You are not involved with the stealing. You are not engaging with the sensual or sexual misconduct. In these 2 words are very important. Generally, you can see the Pali passage here, Kamesu Michachara. Some translations directly translate into English as sexual misconduct. So, sexuality is one thing. Kamesu means sensual, eye, ear, nose, tongue, and body. All these are the bases, faculties that we have used in wrong way. That is sensual misconduct. So if someone eating too much, it is also sensual misconduct. If someone sleeping too much, it is also sensual misconduct. If someone engaging with dancing and music too much, it is also sensual misconduct. So now, recently, there are so many sicknesses that recognized by psychiatrists in regarding our young generation. Different kind of sicknesses are rising among the young generation because of electronic gadgetic addiction. Electronic gadgetic addictions. So, what is that? Sensual misconduct. Sensual. You are wasting your time, you are wasting your energy without knowing, you are wasting your whole life. Why? Sensual misconduct. Sensual misconduct. In the world, there are, talking about addictions, sexual addiction is the most dangerous, powerful, and most things happening in the human world, but no one talking about that. We are talking about food addictions. We are talking about drugs addictions. We are talking about alcohol addictions. But the huge thing is sex addictions. Sex addictions. So many dangerous things are happening. Unhumanistic things are happening because of these addictions. So that's why the Buddha said, you take care of all these things. Why? You have a goal in your life. You have a meaning there in your life. To fulfill that meaning, there are responsibilities. That is your obligations. We born to this human world as a human beings for what? Not just to eat and sleep. Not just to have parties every day. We born to this human world with a meaning. What is that meaning? To do something regarding humanity. It means basically we born to this human world to develop our human qualities. That is the main purpose. In commentaries and regarding the sutras, there are more explanations about the meaning of human life. Human life. Being born as a human beings, we have to pay attention to develop our humanity. To develop our humanity. Developing sila, developing samadhi, developing concentration, wisdom means what? We are paying attention to develop our humanity, human qualities. So apply Noble Eightfold Path mean, of course, we are developing humanity. So if someone living without developing their humanity, they just born to this world as human beings, they wasted all the human qualities, destroy all the human qualities, and then at the end, they're ready to go away without developing any human qualities. So, is there any meaning of that kind of life? They destroy their happiness and they, in order to destroy other happiness too. So, that kind of lifestyle is not the worthy lifestyle. That those people are not the worthy human beings. So, as a human being, yes, of course, we have to take care of our body. For what to use this body benefits for all living beings. Benefits for all living beings because compassion is there, loving kindness is there, equanimity is there, sympathetic joy is there. All these qualities are there when we are able to tame our word and actions. So these are the obligations. So these obligations. So we, and particularly thinking about eating, we did not born to this world to eat. We are eating to survive. Yeah, we are eating to survive. We made a car just to consume oil in the world. Did we create a car or any machineries to finish this oil, natural resources? No. We use oil to run this engine. It has another purpose. It has another purpose. In the same way, this body, we have to use. We have a purpose. While we are achieving that goal, of course, we have to maintain this body. Therefore, Bhojanam Nichamattam, seeing the boundaries, limits, and seeing the necessity of food, you have to eat. You have to eat. So that is our, that is the way how we have to think about our obligations to take care of this body, take care of this body. So all Buddhism, all teachings of the Buddha, yes, of course, it's explained obligations to maintain this physical body. Physical body. In Mahamangala Sutta, the second stanza, the first stanza I just mentioned in my introduction talk, Asevana Chadalanam Panditanam Sevana. In second stanza said, Patirupadesa Vasocha. Live in a suitable place. This means environment is very important with your goals, where you are living. This is completely regarding sociology. If you are living with people who don't have meaning of their life, with the influence of their association, you also becoming that kind of person. No one can stop that. Social interference is very high. We are living with others all the time. We don't like to live alone. Do you think you like to live alone? No way. The Oxford University doing a research more than 90 years. 90 years they are continuously doing a research about loneliness. That's the dangerous things that we have in this human society. No one likes to be alone. No one likes to be alone. We always like to hanging around with others. But we are solving something else. No, I don't want to have friends. I like to live alone. We have that concept, but if you don't see any human beings, You don't like that life. You are stressed. Your stress is going up. Yes, of course, you can develop, you can stay in that way if you are developing your mind. Because Arahant beings are living alone. They don't have worries. They don't have fear. They don't have doubt. They're living alone. Even though they are living with others, loneliness is one of great support for them to enjoy their spiritual development. Spiritual development. Therefore, of course, we have to maintain our body. That is our obligations. That's why Buddha said even in the Mangala Sutta, the second stanza, we have to find a suitable place. Why? If you are living with, if when you are living with others, so the society is very important. Just think about the drug dealers are there, all other nasty behavioral people are there. Definitely that would affect your life. So then there might not be opportunity to be happy. So then, of course, we have to take care of our body. That is our obligations. And one thing, extra things about these things. Venerable Moggallana was practicing meditation before he attained enlightenment. The Buddha was checking what does Venerable Moggallana is doing there. And then Buddha saw Venerable Moggallana was sitting there to practice meditation, but his sleepiness is bothering him. It was bothering. He was like this. And then appear in front of Venerable Moggallana, the Buddha said, okay, this looks like you're tired. So better to change your posture. While you are sitting meditation, if there is some difficulties because of your tiredness, you can stop. If it is not supporting you to continue your meditation, then you can start walking meditation. And also, if you, I mean, even though you have that tiredness, go to place where you have bright light. And it is also not supportive, touch your ears. Touch both ears. Even though it is not supportive, apply some cold water. It is also not affecting you, go and sleep. Go and sleep. The Buddha was advising to Venerable Moggallana while he was practicing meditation, his sleepiness arising, seeing that nature, then Buddha advised, if it is not able to manage, so then go and sleep. Take care of your body. It means you have to take care of this body, giving enough time to rest this body. Then the Buddha himself, he spent 2 hours to rest himself. Just only 2 hours. Only the Buddha can do. Just Buddha spent 2 hours per day. The month is 24 hours to rest himself. So it means, yes, of course, this is obligation. You have to respect it. I mean, you can't say the Buddha spent 2 hours to rest himself, but me need 10, 12 hours to rest. Don't take in that way. Just be an average person. Basically, if you can sleep well 5 hours, that would be enough. I am not a doctor, physicians, therefore I don't know how many hours you want to sleep. You have to know about your body. I don't know anything about your body. In my body, If I can sleep 5 hours, that's enough for me. Okay, so next questions. Okay. Do you mind to explain the pool in Indus associate the pool again? Okay. This is about the persistence of Mahamangala Sutta. Asevanacha Balanam, Panditanancha Sevana, Pujacha Pujaniyana, Etam Mangalam. Just I'm using the first sentences. Asevanacha Balan, don't associate foolish. Associate wise. So in Dhammapada, it's explained the nature of foolishness. Bhutta dhanamatti iti bhavo vihanya. The Buddha explained in Dhammapada the nature of foolishness. Bhutta I have wealth. Sorry, I have children. Bhutta dhanamatti, I have wealth. Iti bhavo vihanya. If someone thinking thus, that is the nature of foolishness. So, who are in here not thinking in thus? Is someone who is here? I'm not, I'm thinking thus. Luckily, I don't have children. I don't have wealth in your way, but I have wealth. My wealth is my certificate. That is my wealth. I'm thinking thus. So therefore, we all are foolish. Then the Buddha said, don't associate foolish. Why you are here? To associate us. Why you are here? To listen to us. The Buddha said, don't associate. Who has this kind of concept in their mind, don't associate them. Then reach your mother, treat your father. Don't they have this concept? They are living with this concept. They are happy. Oh, these are my children are growing well, my children are doing good. They're happy. They always say, bright me, bright me, bright me. So then in Singalovada Sutta, it's mentioned, you have to help your parents. That is your obligation. If they need you, support them. That is your obligation. Not only that, when they departed from you, you have to perform religious activities to share meals with them. So then, how we can away from them? So therefore, this meaning is not that. We are living in this conventional truth. So, conventional truth, we are not supposed to take as absolute truth. That is the meaning of don't associate foolish. As we discussed yesterday, relativity knowledge are here. Relativity knowledge coming through biology, physics, chemistry, mathematics, sociology, psychology, anthropology. All these logics and sciences are relativity knowledge, including the religions. Respect those qualities, but don't take this relativity knowledge as an eternal, universal knowledge. That is the meaning of don't associate foolish. But there are universal truth. There are universal knowledge. Associate that knowledge as eternal law, universal law. So this is the explanation given by the Buddha in that first stanza. But I never met any explanations in this meaning. So therefore, this is completely my personal foolish thoughts. Don't believe it. Don't accept it. Just you take kind of inspirations to think yourself. Think yourself. I was pondering and pondering, pondering and pondering. Later, I came to these conclusions with my understanding. So therefore, you don't have to accept it. You don't have to believe it. You can use this knowledge, my experience, my sharing to see yourself. Pachattan Vedabo Vinyohi. You have to realize according to your capacity. That is your obligations. Is it fire here? Okay. How we can love means without getting sad when we see when suffer and pass away. How we can love beings without getting, there's a word, I don't hear it. Extremely sad when we see them suffer and passing away. Sad and love means two different things. Sad related to sorrow, lamentation. Sad, when you are sad, then you're going to cry. When someone departing from you in mundane concept, then you're going to cry. So, according to Abhidhamma, crying means what? And if you are crying regarding some missing something, it means you are anger. Anger to what? Anger, you are anger. You are developing your anger toward the natural law. Is there anyone eternal in this world? No one eternal in this world. Is there any guarantee period? Okay, that the person who born to this world supposed to live 80 years, 90 years. Is there any guarantee, any certificate, any assurance for that? No assurance. Whenever we have birth, death also coming with birth. Death also coming, it's inbuilt in our life. Death is inbuilt with our birth. So we don't know when it's come to us. So therefore, if someone sad when someone departing from us, if someone crying, lamenting, you are destroying your inner peace. It means you are developing anger towards to that natural law. It is the result of your anger. You are crying, you are in sad, you are in grief, is a result of your anger. So then what we supposed to do? We have to use that opportunity to realize the nature and to bear it. So the Buddha always encouraged us to samvega, the Pali word is samvega, not to sympathy, empathy. Empathy, yes, this is the nature. Now that person is in trouble. The person who is dying there, he is in trouble. If that person gone away without mindfulness, so then better to help that person to be mindful. To be mindful. If that person dying with angry thoughts, help that person to be happy even in this last moment. There was an incident. There was a person, he was the banker in that city. And his son, at the age 16, but that banker, even though he has a lot of money, he did not treat to his son. At the age 60, his sickness, his sickness is getting worse and worse. Now he was in last critical situation. He was dying on bed. At that time, his father was trying to help him doing treatment, but it was not good. Seeing all these things, the Buddha knew that innocent boy is dying with wicked mind. So the Buddha wrote to that place and that area, and then Buddha explained, Buddha just appear in front of him, and then Buddha appear in himself, because in that moment he was not able to even to listen to the Buddha, because his mind was so corrupted and weak as his body. So then just appear in front of him, that person, that little one was able to be happy there at that last moment. As a result of that last moment of his happiness, he was able to get a good life after his death. So therefore, if there is someone dying at that moment, help him to be mindful that person, as well as recall his good deeds. Help that person to recall his good deeds done by him in his life. Traditionally, in Buddhist culture, at the end of, if someone died on bed, at the end of their life, they invited monks to come to that place to do chanting and to give a Dhamma talks about the meritorious deed done by them. Generally, I mean, in traditional way, they invited always the monks who knows them. Who knows them means they are meritorious deeds done by them. So then it is easy for that monks to help them to recall their memories, their meritorious deeds. So these are the best things that we can do. So when they are dying, if we are sorrow, and the neighbors, friends, relatives, everybody is starting crying, you are also joining with them. What you are doing? You are getting nothing. So that is not the things we have to do. We have to help everybody to be mindful at that time. And also take that opportunity to develop your death awareness. Death awareness. Dear friends, in this human culture, we have some kind of rituals after someone dies. Those rituals are performing without meaning most of the time in this world. So traditionally in Buddhist countries, I know very well, they are performing completely wrong. There's nothing any meaning. Keeping dead body, what we can do? And in traditional Buddhist country, they go to see that dead body and they worship to that body. What you can gain just worshiping the body? You gain nothing. You are developing your foolishness. Because if that person is there, what is the purpose to worship that person, that body? So therefore, that is not the things that you have to do. While you are there, be mindful. Okay, this is death. He already died. He is giving lessons for me to think about myself. Okay, I'm not over yet. I have to face these situations. Now his body has eye, ear, nose, tongue, all these bases, but doesn't work. Even though he has eye, he can't see. He don't have eyesight. He has ears, no way to hear anything. Same thing will happen to me. It definitely has come to me. We don't know when. So until that moment, living is the most important. So give that lessons. This is the death awareness. So Buddhists keeping their dead bodies for what? To recall or recall death awareness, to develop their death awareness. To develop death awareness. Why? to cut off their pride, to cut off their unwholesome thoughts and develop energy to practice Dhamma. That is the meaning. So therefore, sadness is not something support your spiritual development or humanity. So we have to be mindful there, and we have to help that person with out of compassion to recollecting his good deeds done by him. Each and everybody have some good deeds done by, whether they are Buddhist or not, it doesn't matter. They have done, each and everyone have done good things. Even the person who convicted as a murder, that person also have good things to think about. So then we have to help them. So this is regarding about the Patimokkha, it means the Vinaya Pitaka. Yes, of course, you can read the Patimokkha. It is, I mean, generally, monks and nuns supposed to use Patimokkha as their handbook, but it does not mean so it's not allowed to read lay people. In here, the teachings of the Buddha, we don't have any secret thing. It's very open, very clear. These are completely regarding our practice. Therefore, yes, of course, you can read it. You can apply it. Patimokkha is not something beyond that precepts and divided into many ways in Patimokkha. So, yes, of course, you can read that book and you can develop your Dhamma knowledge. Would you please explain how metta is related to the three marks of existence? So I think I already explained this. Metta is each and every corner in our practice. Without metta, no one can talk about the human life or attaining enlightenment means we are establishing humanity. So it means we are establishing our metta, attaining enlightenment. So therefore, there is nothing without the metta practice. Metta means not itself metta, loving kindness. Metta means compassion, loving kindness, sympathy, joy, equanimity. Both these qualities are there. Even though we generally say metta practice, but these four qualities are there. We call actually the other word is Sakara Brahma Viharana, Pro Brahma Vihara. So this is completely about metta. Okay. Yesterday you mentioned about difference between awareness and mindfulness. Can you explain? Yes, awareness is very simple. Awareness is very simple. While you are eating, you're aware. You are mixing food and taking to spoon and putting to your mouth, and you are mixing with saliva and it's going through your tongue and is coming to here and going here. Normally you can feel up to here. That is your awareness. Mindfulness means you are really connecting with your mind and thoughts. Really connecting with your mind and thoughts. Oh, it's tasty. Oh, it's delicious. What is delicious? Delicious coming from what? Delicious coming from desire. Oh, you know, this is desire. Right away you can understand, oh, this is desire. Oh, desire is make trouble, is a result of your ignorance. You can see all these things. That is mindfulness. So then I'm not supposed to develop my desire. I'm eating to survive, not to enjoy with this deliciousness. So now you are mindful. Now you are mindful. So mindful eating means, according to the modern general idea, while they are putting things and tasting, and it's going through your tongue, then you are saying you are mindful eating. You are doing mindful eating. You are practicing mindful. That is not mindful. That is awareness. Mindfulness means you are really connected with your mind and thoughts. What kind of thoughts is there? What are the roots of that thoughts? And then you're really recognizing the danger of that thoughts. And then you are taking as an opportunity to develop your equanimity, not to develop your desire. Oh, I don't know to desire because of my food. I don't know to desire. I don't know to develop my desire or any other unwholesome thoughts because of my food. I'm eating to survive, not to show my class. Some people, when they go to parties and restaurants, first thing what they do, taking pictures and putting it in Facebook. Why? They want to show their food, what the things I'm eating today for dinner, breakfast, lunch. For what? What you are gaining through those things. You are developing your pride. And you are insulting someone without knowing, because these people are living here, seeing these things. Sometimes they are developing their desire and they're developing their jealous. So see, they have money, we don't have money. And now we have class difference there. Why we are creating unnecessary situations there? Being mindful person, mindful people are not doing like these kind of weak things. Human errors, this can happen, anyone. But being a mindful person, yes, we can avoid these things. Awareness is just you are aware about your actions. Mindfulness means you are directly connect with your mind and thoughts. You are recognizing what kind of roots are there in that thoughts. That is mindfulness. Okay, how do you understand the cause and effect law in Four Noble Truth? So it's very simple. The first thing, suffering. And the second thing, cause of suffering. Suffering, unhappiness. Why you have unhappiness? Because of ignorance, desire, and hatred. Very simple. Imas means sati dharmoti. When it is here, this would be. When it is not there, then this not would be. As a mundane person, while you are living with these unwholesome roots, unwholesome thoughts and unwholesome actions would be there. When you are not affecting with unwholesome roots and thoughts, you have four qualities, four sublime qualities, which we call loving kindness, compassion, sympathy, and equanimity. This is cause and effect. Very simple. It's completely about Four Noble Truth. Four Noble Truth and dependent origination. Four Noble Truth explained in dependent origination. Dependent origination is the cause and effect. Do insight into anicca, dukkha, and anatta arise on their own meditation, or do we have to especially practice with them if the later away suggestions to you so later away suggestions. Okay, anicca dukkha anatta. This is the results: impermanence, suffering, and selflessness. This is the universal nature, universal truth. But we are not able to see this nature, aware of this nature, because of our ignorance, our desire, our anger. These are the clouds which cover this reality. So therefore, even though it is impermanence, we are taking those things as permanent. Even though it is full of suffering, we are taking as, oh no, it's not suffering. It's happiness is there. We take it. Even though there is no self, but we taking as me, mine, myself. Why? We are living with ignorance. We are living with desire. So therefore, we try to keep all these things in different ways. Different ways means this is the reality. Anicca dukkha anatta, impermanence, suffering, and selflessness. But we are keeping in another way. This is permanent. This is happiness. This is myself. This is the way how we develop our all matters. This is the way how we develop all the matters. So selflessness, just we discussed a while ago. So then there is nothing to take as me, myself. But conventionally, of course, yes, we have to take all these things as me, myself. But absolutely, we have to keep that thoughts. Absolutely, there is nothing. That is the reality. But in conventional world, yes, we have to take care. When you are living in wherever the place, you have to take care of that place. You have to paint it. If there is any repair, you have to repair it. Eh? And according to your capacity, if you can buy, I mean, in this mundane world, there are many varieties of these consuming things. Just think about the car. If someone wants to buy a car, you can spend $1,000 to buy a car. Yes, of course, you can buy a car. Perhaps someone can ready to spend maybe 1 million. If that person can, yes, of course, there's no barrier about that. That person is supposed to spend that much money. It doesn't matter. It's according to their capacity. It's up to them. It does not mean, okay, everything is selfless. There is nothing to say me, myself. Therefore, I don't know to repair my car. I don't know to change oil my car. That's not me there. Don't take in that that meaning. No, of course, you have obligation. You have a car. For what? There's a purpose to use that car. You want to go to work. If you don't work, you don't have money. You don't have money means you are trouble with your basic needs. It's not easy to afford a house or rent or your mortgage. Then you are in real trouble. How you can practice Dharma? So therefore, you have obligations. Yes, you have a house, you have to take care of your house. You have a car, you have to take care of. You have a body, yes, you have to take care. When the time comes, you have to feed. When the time comes, you have to change your clothes. Yes, of course, please change your clothes. When the time comes, you have to give a shower. Yes, of course, you have to give a shower. When the time comes to change your clothes, so then you have to do all these changes. Therefore, these are the obligations for us to take care of our body. The reality is there is no self. That is the reality. But seeing that reality, if you are not taking care of yourself, then you are not really practicing Dharma. You're not really backing down. Important thing is take care of all these things, but don't develop your blindness. Don't develop your greed. Don't develop your ignorance. You live as a human beings, take care of all these things that you take as supports to live, your basic needs, without developing, without harming yourself, increase in your desire, increase in your anger, increase in your ignorance. That is harmful. So you don't want to do these harmful thoughts. You don't want to increase these harmful thoughts. Decrease in these harmful thoughts, being a mindful person, do these applications to take care of this body. That's the way how you can do all these things. I answer these questions. What is the awareness and mindfulness? Okay, and here adding concentration. Concentration is something that you develop. You can stay with one, taking one thoughts in your mind, analyzing and analyzing. You can deeply connecting with that thought. For example, metta. Metta is a thought. Now you are connecting with that thoughts deeply. That is your concentration. So concentration is a result of your mindfulness. Without developing mindfulness, you are not able to get into concentration. So concentration is a result of your mindfulness. Okay, during the afternoon talk yesterday, you have an example of the sense of objectives like an apple and mentioned it only exists in our mind. Is this similar to a battery on its own means nothing till it's plugged to a TV remote? The apple exists, but not till the mind perspective it, or does the apple not exist at all and it's simply perception? This is the way how you have to take it. We have common words that we are using to communicate. Apple, mango, orange, rice, curry, house, car, bicycle. All these are common words that we are using to communicate in this modern mundane world. So the thing is, this is the regarding your mindfulness. Apple, that we have common idea about apple. Bicycle, we have common idea. House, we have common idea. But apple that you see, you have an idea about apple. Perceptions is there with you. That perception is not my perceptions. I have different feeling about it. For example, you might heard about Skinner. No, Skinner. One of Russian educator, researcher. He did the research and he found there's a wonderful, kind of unusual things. We know bunnies are very favorite animals particularly among the kids. Kids like bunnies. They like to play with them, even if they have a doll, they like to keep it there. They play with bunny. But there was a young person, very young little boy, who don't like to see bunny. He is afraid of bunny anytime. They don't, even if someone talking about bunny, they don't like, he don't like it. And then the psychiatry did the research, the way what's it happened. Generally, we like, I mean, for example, if someone, I mean, generally we all like deer. Each and everyone, it doesn't matter young or adults, we all like deer. It's the like because we have concept, very common concept about deer. But there's a particular person who don't like deer. Then they have to do a research. Why he is, I mean, out of this views and perceptions. Then, and regarding that bunny, they found through their researchers, they found the reasons. While they were playing few years ago in their young age, there was an incident. Bright light came out with the noise. Somehow that little one was playing. Somehow somebody throwing, maybe mother or father or brother or sister, someone throwing that white color bunny to that young one. Somehow there was a light as well as a sound. After that day, he was afraid of bunny. So that was the reason. So then, whenever if see bunny, he has that perceptions, views there with him, because that is his experience. In same way, other person have different experience, so their perceptions are different than that person. Mango, apple, whatever the fruits or vegetables or anything, we have different perspective, views. How? That's why one man sweet is another man poison. One person likes it, other person they don't like. Why? It's completely dependent on their mindset, their views, their perceptions. So therefore, what you see, that is not the things that I can see. What you hear, that is not the things that others can hear. It's completely different. It's different meaning would be there, different perceptions would be there. All these things would be different. That's why, I mean, in these days, you might experience, I mean, line up group of people and giving a message to first person, okay, just few words, and then asking to pass to every and each one, and then when you go to the last one, you have completely different words. This is a game that you might experience this game. How it's come? How it's come? The reason is you can hear, I mean, according to your views and perceptions, you are creating that things yourself. Whatever here, whatever same as thing that you can see, you are creating, you are connecting your perceptions and views. It's completely up to us. For example, the way how we develop our perceptions. Just think about apple. As an infant, when they start to eat food, at the beginning of their life, they don't eat apple like us. As a mother, you're ready to blend it, and then you're ready to put into that infant mouth. That infant does know anything about apple. That infant does not know anything about apple or mango, doesn't know anything. Because that concepts are not with that person, that little one. So later on, now is ready to share with others, then mother, ready to share these thoughts with father. Okay, I feed him today apple, piece of apple. And now the word is there. Now he tasted, now he heard the sounds of apple. And now he is growing with these concepts because every day they can hear. They can, I mean, the words are there are discussions, they are talking each other about apple. Not only just apple, but there are so many conversations, but that apple word is there now, he is getting familiar to that words. So now he is growing. One day, his father was telling with others, okay, I saw in the market, the farmer's market, on the way back to home, I went to farmer's market, I stopped there, I got some apple. These are honey crispy, these are very good, tasty. Okay, let's see tonight after dinner. Now you have said that. Now that little one is a little bit growing, so he can, okay, apple, 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 that word is familiar to that young man. Now he can see apple exactly. Okay. Now he can touch it. Now he has different feelings. Somehow on that day, if they bought, apple from places where we are selling with apples with spray. Sometimes they spray kind of wax there. So then when that young boy is touching to that, it's very smooth, very light, slippery. All these experiences should be there. But then he has concept. Okay, apple is like this. It's bright and very smooth, and shape is like this. All the informations are collecting there. Now he's collecting all the information. His views, perceptions are there now. Sankhara, all the Sankhara creating there. Now he has different feeling. Now he tasted, he heard about apple from their family members, and now he's touching it. He has experience, and then the cultural things are there, named. Okay, this is honey crispy. So now he has idea. Okay, there are varieties. He's learning. So when he grew up, seeing apple, he can see apple now with his perceptions. All these perceptions are the creations created by himself. Feelings, sensation, accumulation, perceptions, all these are there. So therefore, that apple label is there in his mind, not the outside things. So therefore, he is the only person who knows about that apple, what kind of feelings are there with that name. So this is the way how we develop perceptions, views regarding this material world. So therefore, feelings arise in different ways, seeing that things. According, it's completely up to you. That's why he says, apple is not the outside, it is in your mind. But there is something. There is something. But it is not the same things that you can see and others can see. Others also can see there is something. Commonly they agree, all things happen. Yes, so of course this happen. You can agree. But perceptions, views, experiences are different. It's completely very personal. It's completely up to you. So this is the meaning. The things that you can see outside, those things are not outside. These are in here, in your mind. Sounds also not outside, in here, in your mind. Taste also in here, in your mind, not outside. So therefore, keep in this your mind, but to live in this society, yes, conventionally you have to accept some ideas, thoughts, but accepting those things, don't develop your unwholesome thoughts. Manage your life to develop wholesome thoughts and to get rid of unwholesome thoughts and to uplift our wholesomeness. That is our duty, that is our responsibility. Being born as human beings, we are able to fulfill our duties and responsibilities if we can be mindful like this. Okay, thank you very much.